why should we expect parents to get involved in school life? Why can't they say, hang on, you've had all this training, that's your job to teach them. Why do I have to be involved in that? I might be an accountant or a window cleaner or a bricklayer. I don't know anything about teaching kids to read and write. Why can't I trust you to do it?
There's certain things that no matter how hard you try in school, you don't have enough time and you can't give enough time to 30 different children. So, for example, reading, no matter how much reading you do in school, the children that are the better readers are normally children whose parents listen to them at home. So it might not be something difficult for the parents to do at home, but it's just supporting what you're doing in school, I think.
Parents should want to help and want to help their child reach their full potential and make sure that they are learning. And children might feel as well that if their parents aren't interested, then what is the point in learning? Like, if they're not making their parents happy or not making their parents proud of them, then is there a need for them to learn?
I think sometimes it's difficult to tell how much help the parents are giving the children at home, because some children might have both parents working like 9-to-5 jobs, might not necessarily have the time to be involved with the school itself, but you don't actually know how much help they're getting at home.
That's
they might
right.
be helping at home as well.
Yeah, we can make a lot of assumptions about it, can't we?
Yeah.
It's remarkable in recent decades how the role of parents has changed, from keeping them beyond the school gate and fence to involving them in school life. And while that's, and still is, a challenge for teachers, it's one that they recognise is absolutely necessary and part of the job. In the same way that when we go to our doctor, we expect to be consulted about our own health and about the treatment of our health. Parents expect that now.
For children to feel happy and secure in school, they've got to have their parents involved in that as well.
What do they know about education? Go on, tell us.
Well, they know what's best for their child. You only see that child, you know, some of the time. Their parents have known them for the last at least 5 years, so they're going to know that child better than you do.
What one parent might say is right for their child might not be right for the whole of the class. So you have a responsibility for 30 children, not just one child.
Some parents will take on board what you say and want to help at home to improve their child, whereas other parents will turn it round on you and say that what you're doing isn't good enough and not be willing to help at home.
Yeah.
And I think, like, without parents' cooperation, you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, you're going to have to develop your communication skills to explain to parents, as you say, the very important aspect that their child is one of 30. You know, it's not an individual tuition they've got. They're at school with 29 other kids in the class, and that what you can do, what your role is and what you can do for them, and how that can complement what's going on at home. What are the issues in trying to establish productive partnerships with parents and carers? Is it always going to be easy? What might be the issues around that? Have a chat with each other and tell us what you think.
Some parents, you're not even going to get them to come into the school. So collaborative working is not going to happen. Parents' evening, they're not turning up. Phone calls, they're not answering. Kids, they're not coming to pick them up. So actually trying to get a relationship that means that you can then work from home and from school with that child is not going to happen if they're not willing to do it.
So you see it as a crucial relationship. So let's say that you've got that relationship, the parents are willing. What do you then do as a teacher to provide a productive partnership?
It's a balance again, isn't it? That whole professional thing is a balance between that personal and professional. Make yourself approachable, make sure that you're actually available if anybody needs to speak to you. I think homeschool diaries and things like that are really good ways of creating a link between home and school. But I think the way that you conduct yourself and present yourself will make a huge amount of difference to whether you'll be approached generally by parents anyway.
Striving to establish productive partnerships with parents and carers will often be very challenging. But as one student said, parents are the experts in their own children. Teachers are the expert educators. Now, actually, when you think of it, that's a good basis for a contract. It's a good basis to establish a partnership. Both people have expertise, and they're bringing that expertise together in the interests of the child.